Hello guys, this is Vinod from MindMajix, and I welcome you all to third part of the special Power BI series in which our trainer will explain everything you need to know about the Power BI. Before beginning the session, we request you to watch the first two parts we have covered. Check the link in the caption. In this part, let us look at the topics you will cover. We If you are new to the MindMajix channel, please subscribe and press the bell icon to get quick updates about the new tech tutorials, free webinars, and career-enhancing shorts from working professionals. Like and share the video with your friends and Power BI career aspirants. Without any further delay, let's start the video.
What is a power pivot and what is power on pivot in Power BI? Pivot is something like converting rows to column and columns to row in Power BI. This is very generic word. Suppose in Excel I'm having seen this type of data. For example, 1, 2, 3, 4 like this. In Excel, say month, product 1, product 2, and so on. So suppose I've got 10 number of product in my table. This is my data. And month. Suppose I will have, say, this is my data. Okay. Now I would just like to make a pivot table from this. What I can do is copy this, transpose. Suppose I'm copying and pasting like this. Vertical to horizontal and horizontal to vertical is basically a transpose here. This is how we wanted the Power BI as well. This type of data, your matrix, your data in the table will be normally represented in rows, wherein in Power BI I want this to be represented in columns. So, and against this product one, suppose you want this is month versus product versus month. So what I'll do, I'll just try to correlate the data by product and month. In that case, suppose 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever the data I want, it would be act like a matrix. So the same way, how we can create this in Power BI? Let's see. Suppose I do have an order table. We do have say years. I do have 10 number of years and 12 months. Okay, and I just made it to transpose a group by like this. So what I can do, I'll just make a duplicate table, copy and paste again, and then I will remove all those columns. Order ID may be there, and at least all this data will be removed. Order year is there, quarter will be removed, and then only month will be there. Okay, so I've got how many columns? 3 columns, right? Order ID, order year, and order month. I just want to have the concept called as a pivot column. What I can do, I'll just choose this month and value, order ID, and order year. So actually this is creating some other way. Here we have a matrix object. This type of data can be represented on this. So just apply and save, and I can just choose this as a matrix object, and I can represent this data. Click on this matrix object, choose this table, and here I've got years will be rows, month will be columns, and value will be this count of order ID. So this is become a matrix completely. Here it is showing years and these are the months. This data has been represented year wise data sorted by order year, and there's a total over here. Okay, so again go to the transform, and before we go to the transform data, I would also like to show the data source settings. Let's explore and understand what are the properties are there in the data source. I've got two type of data source. In the data source setting, you can get it. I've got Excel sheet, World Bank survey, as well as I've got this order database or a DB SQL Server in the data source setting. Selected data source in the current file. So whatever the data has been used, export PBIS. PBIS means what? PBIS is our BI data source. This will be a file which will be generated. Say, let me export it to this. I've just already exported. This Power BI file has been exported. Let me just quickly go to that particular file and understand. I'll go to that particular folder and try to explore the data which is there in our PBIS Power BI data source file. Let's see. So let me just close it and open once again. Close this and I try to open it. Let's see. The data source which is created, data source file which is created separately. How does this looks like? Here, one more Power BI desktop file has been created, and with the same data source, you can correlate and you can connect to multiple data. See, the data model that connection data source has been saved actually. Power BI data source. We go to Power Query setting. We go to this Power Query editor. Here, data source setting, export, and you can just with the permission you can send this to edit permission. What the permission has been set on this credential local data privacy label public, okay, and export. So it can be exported like this Power BI data source file. All right. So that file can be reused with other application. Now I'll just go to the data model. In our data model, what are the changes can be made in our data model, we will also see, and we will try to show you those features. So far we have created the necessary transformations in the Power Query editor. Now we are moving on to the data model and understand the different features of our data model. Now this is what, first of all, what is our understanding from a data model? Data model is a connection of multiple tables in Power BI, and in fact that is public to, that is a generic term you can say in all the BIs or platforms. The data models are created. Now the data model, as you can see, when I say a table is a collection of rows and columns, and when I add multiple table to data in Power BI, we should have to connect those tables or some relational table to form analytics. As you can see, all the tables are interconnected to each other. This is what we call as a data model. The benefit of making a data model is we can correlate data of multiple table to form a relationship and to form analytics. Suppose we have a product table, and from product table there's a order table is connected, order detail is connected, and order detail to order table is connected. First of all, this is order table, it has order detail and then product. So I can also gauge the informations from order table against how many product has been sold. Against each product, what was the order value? Okay. Against a particular month, how many products are sold? I can also see it. So although this table, this order and product are not directly connected, but they are indirectly connected to this order detail. So this way the data model is created. Now, and in the Power BI, when we add tables to Power BI, it will be automatically connected if there is a common key field between two tables. For example, I will add one table which is having any field name same to any of this table's field. That means it can act as a key field, and that key field will be automatically connected with Power BI. This is called as a relationship. The relationship can be in different type in Power BI: one to one, one to many, many to many, okay, and many to one. So let us have understanding on this type of relationship. As you can see here, there's a customer table. We do have a customer table here. Where it is? Yes, this is customer table. So what do you mean by one to many relationship? That means customer table is a one master table. One customer may have multiple orders in the order table. So that's why it is forming one-to-many relationship. How can we identify one-to-many relationship? In the customer table, whenever I click on this customer, whenever I'm hovering this line, the relationship, it is showing me the fields or the common key fields associated from two different tables. That is what this relationship. Same way, here we can also say against one customer there are multiple orders. Okay, so one and star in the left side here, this one is one and this side is star. Star means always indicates to many and one means indicate to one. So one to many relationship means customer against one customer there can have multiple orders in the order table. Naturally, suppose customer is ABC group and ABC group has placed multiple orders, hundreds of order in the order table. So against all those hundreds of order, the customer must be ABC group. So this is how the relationship is formed, one to many relationship. You can see something called as a many to many here. Means there are multiple surveys and multiple countries. This also, like in the left side we have a country to country relationship. Like there are many countries are there in the left side and many countries are there on the right side. So it is a kind of a many to many relationship. Some countries are having a relationship with region table, or some country may not have. Those countries are there in the customer table. Same way, in the region table, some country might be there additionally, which would not be related to customer table, but they are additionally found in the region table. Out of which some country may be there, those are having a commonality between region and customer. So this way the data are found. That's why Power BI could automatically identify that these are many to many relationship. And you would also find one to one relationship means this one, invoice. That means suppose I have 6,500 orders in the order table. Against each order there are one invoices. Suppose there are 1,000 orders, there are 1,000 invoice against each order. See invoice ID. So naturally, if a order is getting placed and in order to close that order, we must be having the invoice and the invoice amount to be received from the customer. So that's why it is one to one. There is no one against many. One order cannot have multiple invoices, or invoice cannot have multiple orders. I mean, one order cannot have multiple invoice, or one invoice cannot be tagged with multiple orders. So it is always one to one. So that's why we have seen different type of relationship like many to one. This is like many to one or one to many. Many order IDs are tagged with one product. That's many to one. One to many means one product is tagged with multiple order IDs naturally. That is many to one or one to many. This is one to one relationship and this is many to many. So this is how the different type of relationship we understood in the data model. So in this data model, as you can see, many tables are related to each other. Suppose it's for example, order table is related to order detail based on this order ID. Now, what we can understand this as a relationship attribute. In the order table, this order ID is primary key. Primary key is a column which is uniquely find each record in this order table. I'll just go to this order table here. Here we have order ID. I'll just take it this order ID to here. In order to do the permanent sequencing of this, I'll just have to go back to this, query editor. Anyway, this order ID is placed in the middle of this table. So this order ID is the primary key of order table. That means each record in this order table is uniquely identified by this order ID, because other data can be repetitive. As you can see, order quarter, month, sales ID, employee ID, many things can be repeated. However, this order ID cannot be repeated because it is a unique in this particular order table. So this is going to be a, this is can be considered as a, or this is a primary key of this table. So primary key in data modeling is a concept or as a key field which uniquely identify each record in the table. Now this order ID in this order table, if it is called as a primary key, the same order ID in the order detail table can be called as a foreign key. How come? This order ID is not belongs to originally or natively not belongs to this order detail table. This has been referred from this order table. So that's why these two tables are connected with each other. If we don't have any field within these two tables, which is common, then this table cannot be connected. So this table are connected by means of one common key field, which is order ID. Order ID in this order table is a primary key, whereas order ID is in the order detail table is a foreign key. For example, why it is called as a foreign key? Why it is so? For example, I'm a citizen of India, so I have a unique Aadhaar number or PAN number or passport number, which is giving me a unique identity in India. It can be considered as my primary key. However, if I will go to other country, any other country, say US. So in US, I'll be called as a foreigner because I am an Indian citizen. If US person is coming to India, they are also being treated as foreigner. Means we are not having the primary identity from this country. We are identified primarily from an as an Indian citizen, and we are representing our country in other countries. So in order to get my references or in order to get my identity in US, they should be referring to Indian database or UIDI to check my Aadhaar detail. So, in order to get my unique identity or my credibility in foreign, they should be able to connect with Indian embassy or Indian government to see my details. So, same way here, order ID is in the native to this order table means it is primary key and it's referred in this order detail table, that means it is a foreign key in this order detail table. Okay, so let's go to the data model and edit the relationship. So how can we edit the relationship? Suppose I want to make the relationship like this. This is a survey to country region table. So in order to edit the relationship, I have to go to manage relationship in the tables. Sometimes what happen, if you want to make a relationship and the tables might not be, if you want to do the remove the relationship from survey to country, just uncheck this, just uncheck this relationship and close it. Now see, this relationship is active relationship and this relationship is become an inactive relationship. That means it has a country data, but now this data has been removed. Since Power BI is automatically detecting them, but the relationship is not active now, it is being deactive. If you want to refer the data from country to survey, then you cannot refer because the relationship is Power BI is identifying, but we have intentionally deactivated the relationship. So go to manage relationship. If you want to delete the relationship itself, just click on this, and instead of making a deactivating the relationship, you can simply delete. That means both the tables are isolated now. You cannot correlate the data between these two tables. One is activating, deactivating. Second is deleting the relationship. That means the relationship will no more be active. The relationship will no more be referred. So these two tables are isolated now. You cannot get any survey related information by customer. Suppose the customer is belongs to X country and I also get this country from this relationship. And by country, if you want to show this customer has what is if you want to show the survey information of this customer's country, then you cannot get it because these tables are isolated now. They will not be able to connect it automatically here on nodes. So if you want to make the relationship, you have to go for the manage relationship. Sometimes what happen, see Power BI has a unique powerful feature. Powerful Power BI automatically detects the tables and automatically makes this relationship. All the above table which you can see are automatically connected to each other. I have not explicitly created. Why and how? Because Power BI could automatically find that these two fields are common. Right? These two fields are common, even though the data in these two fields. Suppose here we have country, here also we have a country. So both the fields are common here. Now it will not be automatically connected. And both the fields are common. When you load these two tables, they will be automatically connected. But assume that I'm creating one table which will not have a same key field with the region. Suppose I'm loading a survey table which has a country field, but country it is in the name of country one. So if it is country one, and if this is country, the Power BI cannot automatically correlate this field because their data name because their field names are separate. So it has to be common if you want to make an automatic relationship. If there is a constraint that the relationship cannot be formed and these two tables, if there is a constraint that these two table fields are to be different, but still they need to be connected, in that case, we have to do our manual intervention. Assume that in survey table we have country field as country 1 and in region table we have a country. Now, definitely Power BI cannot automatically locate relationship and cannot associate them, cannot join them. So here our manual intervention must be required. How come? You go and select this manual relationship. There is that table is not there now with me. You have to first select this table, region, then manage relationship. So that region and survey is not enlisted here. What I can do, I will just make a new. Click on new. Here I have to choose one table called survey. Second table I have to choose with which with whom I need to make a relationship. That is region. I'll choose the region. So it will automatically find that we have a country is this, and this we have country over here in the survey as well. So cardinality of this table will be automatically detected, but now why it is not automatically detecting? That's a so let me just create new region. First I'm giving region. Second I'm choosing survey. Okay. So now these two tables countries. Yeah. How I did it? I first select this one and then this one. I'm come again. I'm showing it once again here. First, you have to go to new relationship, create, choose any tables. For example, survey, then choose here region. So both the tables are there automatically. It will not show. You have to select explicitly here. First, I have to select country is a key field. Selected. Since I'm selected, this will be turned into gray. Then I have to select the country field of this table. Since I'm selected the country field of this table as well, both the gray fields I've selected. Here the cardinality is automatically being found. This cardinality here we have is many to one, one to one, one to many, and many to many. Just like we have a joins concept. So here many to one, just like explained before. Now since it is automatically detecting many to one, you should make the relationship enable. Now make this relationship active. If you don't want to make the relationship active, just uncheck this and click OK. The relationship is added but unchecked. This has been unchecked. This is also an inactive relationship. So relationship is created but the data flow will not properly happen as long as it is not being checked to active relationship. So check this, go to manage relationship and edit the relationship, or check this, simply make it active relationship. So let us understand the different type of cardinality here also by definition. So by default it has been automatically detected in Power BI that it is a many-to-many relationship. Now you see what it says, this relationship has a cardinality many-to-many. This should only be used if it is expected that neither column country and country contain unique values, and that is significantly different behavior of many-to-many relationship is understood. Means in this table we also have many tables, many data which is not unique. In this table also we have many data which is not unique. So that's why it is become many to many. Suppose in region we would have unique data, and in country and this survey table we would have repeated data. In that case, it would have been one to many. But here it is found something differently. In region table also we do not have unique records. We have also various records, and in survey table also we have various records. So that's why it is being found as many to many relationship, and it is become active. Now it's active relationship now. So you can just make it refresh. So if you are refreshing the data model, so the relationship which has been formed is based on that it's fetching the data from the latest database. In the database, if there would be any latest record would have been entered, this refreshing will be fetching the data from the latest database and will keep updating in this Power BI data source. So it took little time to load the latest data from a Power BI from a database to Power BI frontend. So Power BI has, suppose once we are refreshing, where this data are being come from and where it is being stored. The answer is the data has come from database, Excel file, SQL Server, and where it has been stored. The answer is Power BI has an in-memory analysis. It has also in-memory analysis. Even if your SQL Server file or Excel file will be removed or deleted for the time being, but still the data in this Power BI data model will be remain unchanged, and it will be remain unchanged up to that extent until we have not refreshed this. If we will refresh, and if the data is not exist physically, then there is a chance of losing the existing data in the data model. So the layout which I have created, and I've just tried to place them manually. It has been manually also the layout I have placed, and then this option is what we call as a reset layout. If you click on this, the entire layout will be resetted as per the Power BI, and you can see the entire layout. This is reset. In order to make the layout bigger, just you know click on this kind of, it's act like a magnifier, and if you click this fit to screen, the entire layout will be fit to screen like this. Even if you change it, the layout is going to make it small, but still if you click on this, it will automatically take to its default layout. This is default or reset layout of the data model. And if you, even if you make it more bigger and you see the data explicitly or clearly, and if you click this button fit to screen, this will give you the entire screen preview of your data model. So this is the use of these two buttons, reset layout and fit to screen.